Now he's doing the live stream. Okay, Rabbi.
Okay, thank you, Debbie. So today is January 6, 2025. It's 6:00 p.m. and we're here at the Community Board office. And first and foremost, although it's not on the agenda, we welcome a new member to the committee, a superstar, a number one draft choice. I picked it, number one draft choice. Lisa Villela, and it's an honor to have her here. I hope she comes more than once. Okay. But she has been added to our committee, and that means we even have a quorum. And even according to Ryan, we might even have full house, right? Full house. Everybody on the committee is here. Who am I missing? No, it's not.
Like you said, people who have come more than once.
Right, that's correct. Okay, so I got to read this conduct statement again.
Would you like me to read it?
Yeah, sure, that would be beautiful.
Okay.
Thank you.
Conduct statement. Community Board 11 meetings must be held in a professional, hassle-free environment. The following rules of conduct are applicable to members of the public, Community Board 11, and Community Board 11 staff. Any action or behavior that disrupts or interferes with Community Board 11 business will not be tolerated during any Community Board 11 meeting and may result in the individual being asked to leave. The action or behavior continues, this may be considered disrupting the peace, and the appropriate authorities may be summoned. If the meeting is held remotely, that person may be muted or expelled for the remainder. Repeated violations by the same person or group of people may result in further action by the community board. All public speakers must address the full board or the committee with their concerns. Electioneering for a position other than an officer of Community Board 11 is prohibited. Engaging in acts of violence, including threats, are grounds for immediate suspension of the right to attend meeting pending review by the Ethic and Disciplinary Committee. Respect the equality, diversity, and privacy of all persons by respecting and valuing differences of cultural opinions. Refrain from unpleasant or disparaging remarks and other actions. Abstain from all forms of harassment by actively discouraging it. Disseminating false information is prohibited.
Thank you. Very well. Okay, now we're up to number 2. We're at review of meeting minutes, and the only thing about meeting minutes is the attendance, and here is everybody's attendance, and we will put Ms. Villela on the attendance sheet soon too. And we did not have a meeting in November and December, so that's why nobody was marked absent or present, but we're here today, January 6th. Okay, so now we go to number 3. DOT recommendations for PS 121 safety improvements. Would anybody from the committee like to talk about it a little bit before we get into the depth of it?
I brought a couple of copies of the letter.
Oh, that's very nice.
Thank you. To see it.
Okay. Okay, so Mr. Jeremy, we have the letter in front of us now. And I believe you sent an email to Ms. Malone. And as Ms. Malone, we're only up to explain that this decision would first need to be approved by the community board. Does that mean I have to, the community board, is that committee or is that total community board, Mr. Jeremy? Calling Mr. Jeremy. Mr. Jeremy not there?
Jeremy?
Bye-bye, Jeremy. Okay. So DOT has a recommendation. If you read the 3rd paragraph, they have recommended making Throop Avenue a one-way street with south from AD to Allerton and make Balk a one-way street from north from Allerton to AD. I believe this would greatly reduce the traffic, the number of cars double parked in front of driveways, and that will be beneficial to the surrounding community. So that is their That is their recommendation in short. Does anybody have any sort of question or objection? Go ahead.
I believe that's the wrong direction because of where because of where the school is and because I'm a school bus driver.
Correct?
My first, and I travel down that street
Okay.
every day to go get my first
Can you put it up
students.
there? Can you put the street up there maybe? That would be nice.
Yeah,
Thank you,
I-
Debbie.
I go down that street every day to get one of my first students. And it would be beneficial for it to be from Allerton to Arnow. Not the other way around.
Northbound instead of south on through, right?
Right, northbound on Throop, southbound on Bouck.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you want the.
Because,
passenger to be
right,
on the-
because when you're traveling this way, the passenger side would be facing the school.
Okay,
School buses, schools, they go hand in hand.
I hear you. That absolutely makes 100% sense, Ms. Kowalik. That makes a lot of sense to me. So the better question is, if you make sense, why does the DOT not make sense? But they say it does not make sense. Mr. Ryan, you see any sense in what the DOT is saying?
They're all two-way through there. There's nothing, what is on the going east from Bouck? I think that's southbound as well, and maybe that's why they don't want to do that. Wilson, I
No.
think at Stedman Place, I think is one-way southbound. Or am I
No,
I
this
don't
is
do that
two-way.
very often.
This is two-way. This one little
Right.
piece
Yeah, no,
is
that's right.
one way, but this is two-way. I grew up in this neighborhood. It's just these little slivers are one way. That's the only reason for those arrows.
Yeah, I have no idea why they would have said that. Doesn't make any sense at all.
But isn't it because that's what they're asking for? Isn't that what the
No,
principal is asking for?
the principal, it was not the DOT was the one that to suggest.
Yep, the principal had asked.
Yeah, this is
for-
from the principal, that's not from DOT.
Well, he said DOT reached back out to them with
Oh,
a
yeah.
solution. They
Yeah,
recommended.
Oh, they have recommended.
Oh, I must have missed that.
Yeah.
Okay,
Good.
so if that's the case, I think if Mr. Jeremy's up there or somebody's up there,
Is Chris here?
anybody up there, we should write back to Ms. Malone that we are recommending, okay, Debbie, you put in the right wording. Go ahead. We are recommending,
Yeah, the transportation committee is recommending for Throop to be one-way northbound from Allerton Avenue to Arnow Avenue. And they are also recommending Bouck Avenue to be one-way southbound from Arnow Avenue to, in this case, it would be Stedman Place. Because of the way the road cross intersects over there.
okay, now will I have people crying at me I took away parking spots? No,
No.
right? It's the same deal. It's both sides of the street, doesn't
Yeah.
make a difference which way you're
Yeah.
parking, so on and so forth.
There's tons of parking.
Okay? Does that affect lights or anything like that?
No, actually, which was more baffling as to why DOT even did their initial recommendation. Eastbound on Allerton, there's actually a left turn bay to go into Throop, making it just already the natural flow into Throop.
Maybe they wanted to get rid of that left turn there. That's why they wanted it to be southbound. It still doesn't make any sense for what it is, but it's trying to find the logic in what they're doing.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so again, if anybody's out there, Mr. Kirka or Mr. Wernicke, you heard what Debbie said. It's on the tape. I would like you to send it back to Ms. Malone, and I'd like you to copy Mr. Jared Reiner, the principal of PS 121. Okay, I don't have to make a motion. That's fine. Okay, next. Let's move on.
Do we have any more?
I don't know.
We should, if we're gonna send a letter.
Yeah.
that's what we
Yeah.
have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Because I don't want this something to be
Mhm.
Okay,
Going out
so
for-
Deborah, you gotta make the motion. Go ahead.
On September.
I make a motion to send a letter to DOT, Yes.
Mr. Malone, Holly Malone.
Holly Malone, and all the rest of them, to make Throop a one-way northbound and Bauk a one-way southbound between Allerton and Arnow Avenue.
Okay, do we have a second?
I'll second it. Oh,
Good.
I'll let,
Right.
Either way, it's fine.
Any objections? Any discussion? Motion carries. Thank you, Debbie. Next, street activity permit applications. Now we go to page 2. And lo and behold, we got some of the familiar guys again. My favorite, the Allerton International Food Festival. Maybe that'll hopefully be good this year. Is it one food festival this year? Who made the application?
Is
It's there.
Chris on here?
I can't do this. They don't tell me who it is. They both left. Okay,
oh, Chris is
Yeah, I'm
there.
here. How can I help
Chris Kirka. How are you, Chris Kirka? Shalom.
Very well.
Feliz Año Nuevo. Allerton International Food Festival. Who applied for the permit? Is it
you?
Grace or
Everything
is
is
it?
repeat. Everything is repeat. Nothing is new.
Is it Grace or is it Jean?
Right, that's the question.
I don't know. I'll let you know.
Oh, okay.
Can you also tell us, not that we have any objection, but we also asked, that these permits tell us what block they're participating of. So can you tell us what the cross streets are for Wilson Avenue Block Party? And the Gospel Crusade, please.
We're repeating the same thing. That was
I
repeated about
understand that,
3
but
months
we-
ago. And I told you what was 3 months ago.
3 months ago, we didn't have a meeting.
Yes, we had a meeting.
We didn't have a meeting in November.
Okay.
October.
Okay, these are in July and August anyway, Debbie. We could approve these at the next meeting. If that works. That's fine. Okay, at least we know they're repeats. Next, moving right along. We have to go, actually, I don't know, Mrs. Chairwoman, could I go to the old business and then go back up to gallery? Is there any law against that?
But also, there was something that's not on the agenda that was brought up in the emails of
What?
some more one-ways.
I didn't see any emails.
The other one-way that was mentioned in the email that was brought up few months back was making Kruger Avenue and Holland Avenue one-ways.
All the way down?
Between I don't remember the
I don't even remember this. Anybody?
Yeah.
remember this? I don't remember. this
Yeah.
at all. Ryan, you remember this? I don't remember this.
It was
I know.
brought up
Yeah.
and
I remember
Like I
Kruger
said-
years ago.
Yeah.
Maybe 10 years ago, Kruger. Not really recently.
because Gene was supposed to be able to make it, but because it's Three Kings Day, he had some stuff he had to attend to. I think he said as far as AD
Starting where?
to Boston Road, one-way southbound. To continue, it'd be a continuation of the part that's already by Boston Road. And Holland, a one-way northbound.
Because they're narrow streets. They've
They're-
talked-
they're
yeah, they've
extremely-
talked about that for years.
Yeah, they're extremely narrow streets and they need to be made one-way.
So Kruger South, Holland North.
So, yes,
Yeah, right next to each other. So then you'll have Kruger, okay, Debbie, help me. Kruger
Kruger,
will be,
northbound up,
Holland will be south.
yes.
What goes next?
It was the
Orange
other way
County?
around.
I thought it was the other way around.
Because you don't want
No.
to be turning left onto Kruger from Boston. You want it to be southbound.
Kruger southbound, you already got the southbound.
Yeah.
It's already one way
Yeah.
down here.
Yeah.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Kruger southbound
Two,
from AD to Boston Road.
well, you got from Mace to Boston Road is one way already. One of the blocks is taken care of.
Right, so, yeah, just be continuations of what they are in some of the other streets. But we,
So it's Kruger, Holland, and then goes Barnes. What's Barnes?
Barnes is
Barnes is a
already,
one-way already.
Barnes is a one-way already,
Going which way?
south,
There's the other-
And Matthew-
The north and the south.
yeah.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, I don't know what, I remember Barnes used to be two ways years ago. They changed it. I don't know why they didn't change those two. Okay, but I don't remember that recently. So if you want to bring it up, it's fine. But let's job, Mr. Chris, you know anything about Kruger and Barnes? One way? Kruger, Holland.
Did
Chris?
anybody put it in? I don't know anything about it.
Oh, Debbie says she thought she heard it somewhere. And
It was brought up before, and like I said, Gene
Okay.
Gene was gonna try to come to bring the petitions of the people in
Ah,
the
okay.
community.
Never
Okay.
got it.
Okay, so it's a future attraction. Okay, no problem. Thank you, Debbie. Next, we're gonna go to plan to install a turn signal from Boston Road onto Thwaites Place. And I will start, and then Mr. Ryan's gonna take over. He will give he'll speak, he'll translate it into English, because I talk Hebrew most of the time. Okay, so currently, as you come, I'm gonna try to say this right, as you're coming southbound, and you're passing that beautiful furniture store that sells like one bed a year, was probably. And then you come to the drugstore on the corner now, which I think it opened up in that new building.
Turns the laundromat.
I don't know if there's any,
The
laundromat.
Makes sense.
And wait a second, no, it does make sense. So
When-
now you have a whole bunch of folks, including two bus lines. The number 29,
39 and 30.
39, which is the big accordion bus, right? The big accordion bus. And then with the infinite wisdom of the
That one.
MTA, infinite MTA,
Not on
now you
Thwaites.
have the 30 bus that turns there too. So you got 30, 39, and cars. And the only way one could make a turn today is if you wait for the northbound traffic to lessen, and maybe you could sneak in one or two cars. No blinker whatsoever. So given that, Mr. Barthel, you could
Yeah, no, I got it.
elucidate what I said, but what I'm saying, I think it's, when the MTA guys were here, I told them, why don't you get rid of those buses and don't put them under the train anymore? And I think I spoke to Jeremy this week to see if there was a response, but obviously there's no response. So the immediate thing is, and I think Mr. Ryan, would be if that blinker is there, it better go for a little while, for a minute, because it's gonna go for 5 seconds, better off than you were before. And
Right.
the immediate thing is, I think for sure to get rid of that long bus, the 39, and let it go down Boston Road. When there's no law that the 39 has to go under the train, and I don't think and the 30, there's no law, it has to go stop, the last stop, under the train too. So given that, Mr. Ryan will now take over. We'll translate into English.
I mean, I don't know what I need to translate. It seemed pretty clear to me, but
The only one-
also you talk about the buses, they don't have to stop up here at this end.
They don't.
The 30 does its layover there, you're right.
Let it lay somewhere else. Let the 30 go down to where the bank is,
I think
let it
that's what
turn
I-
there, and we'll find a stop for it somewhere down there.
You got the elevator, you got the VX12 stop there.
You have the 22. The 22 that goes on.
So that don't bother me, 22. 22 is my.
Yeah, but
right
the
to-
reason why, I'm pretty sure the reason why they do that is because all the shops are on White Plains Road.
Yeah, but if you go down the
Then
Pelham
people,
Parkway.
yeah, but people get off that train to get onto those buses.
They'll get off on
But
the
30 now,
southern
with
side,
Harriet, when 30 starts, it's starting right across the street over there, where we are, right there, starting right across the street. So we gotta figure out another way to get it back over there, instead of making the stupid turn.
Why don't, well,
And let 30, see, now I know what I saw the other day. I saw they moved the bus stop from that corner to over there. They moved it from this Honda down to where that red car is.
the only stop, the only bus that
Further
stops
down.
right there where that guy is standing is the express bus.
No, I think they
The
moved it.
39 doesn't, well, if they moved it, but the 39 doesn't stop there.
No,
That's the
no,
express
that's
bus.
what I'm saying. No, and good old Westchester buses stop there.
Right,
I think they moved that stop to the next block. I think I passed it the other day. I don't know why they did it.
They did. Well,
They did?
because of they did, yes.
Because of the construction?
Because of the White Plains Road safety improvement bike lanes.
Yeah,
That's why they moved it, because the bike, the bike lane is where this car with the camera on it is right now.
okay.
Where the Google covers?
Because that's why, so when a man is standing now, no bus is gonna, oh, where's Westchester? Stopping here now?
No, they're up there too.
They're up there now too.
Where the.
So that was probably,
Further up.
okay, so that's a side topic. Sometimes I made life, worse for traffic now. Well, I guess doesn't make a difference. The buses will stop in there. I don't think. Okay, so let's get back to the point. So the point now is that put in this turn signal. But the turn signal all along, Brian, is gonna be a very nice thing to do, but I'd like to get rid of the buses too.
It'd be nice if they could move somewhere else. And I mean, I know what you're saying, Hazel, that people do get off to get on those buses, but if it were over by the elevator on the south end of the platform,
Yeah, that's like a block and a half. It's 2 blocks that they have to walk now. Just
so
the
I'm saying
tracks.
if the stops were over by the elevator side, you get more people accessible to the bus anyway, because it's by the elevator rather than if someone has a mobility issue and has to take the elevator, now they have to go to the south end of the stop, come down, and then come all the way back up here. You're prioritizing people who can walk down the stairs instead of people who might have
The bus-
issues by putting it up by.
The bus doesn't stop here, it stops on the other by the other entrance up to the train. Is that
What
what
bus are we
you're saying?
talking about?
On 39.
Yeah,
Yeah, it goes down into White Plains and then it stops on the other side. On the south side. It doesn't stop here, it stops on the south side.
so it doesn't have, I mean, I guess the
Goes
whole
straight.
point of that is that it doesn't have to go down White Plains Road
Right.
at this Thwaites place. It could go up to the Pelham Parkway intersection and turn left there and then get on.
Let's try then you can't turn back.
Oh, no,
Too
are
narrow.
you kidding? That traffic is
That's big
horrible
one.
there.
No, but that big signal probably wouldn't be able to turn in there,
Yeah,
right, Mr. Ryan? The big.
that's what you're saying, or
Okay,
to come
I-
this way?
The traffic is bad. The traffic's always it is easier for them to turn up there. That's the only other option though. They can't turn on to Pelham North.
Mhm. Remember,
That's a no turn.
remember, the buses were the only ones that used to be able to make that left turn.
Yeah,
And then, yes, buses were the only ones that were able to make that left turn. And then they cut off the street on the other side of Gonzo's. Because that's where cars used to go to get onto
okay,
White.
so Hazel's a bright woman, maybe I make it for buses only. There you go. That won't make you happy, Mr. Ryan, right?
It doesn't bother me.
Just put the,
The issue I would see
If
with
the car has
that.
to turn, you're going down to Pelham Parkway.
yeah, because now it's the bus and cars that are making that turn.
Right,
Before it used to just be the bus.
Put a,
And
put a
leaving it,
turn. for
Right
buses
there.
only.
You know,
This is
the
behind
train,
us.
yeah, the cars would come down this way, take this road to get onto White Plains Road. You can't do that anymore.
yeah, that's all blocked off.
Right, which is, I don't understand why they changed it in the first place.
No, I think that having just the turn signal up there will make it a little
Yeah.
easier. Both the cars and the buses are
And the
using
buses,
it.
yeah.
Blocking the traffic
I
like you
think
would be
they
at the.
changed it so they can make this turn.
Now they did. This was recent.
Yeah, it's pretty recent.
Yeah, thank goodness. They put a light there.
Yeah, which is nice.
Mhm.
Big help.
Where'd they put a light?
Right here?
Right there,
Mhm.
yeah. I think they should just put the turn signal.
Yeah,
Yeah, it'll make traffic go a lot smoother because,
Yeah, if they
Yeah.
put a light here, I say get rid of these stanchion things and have the left turn going here and a left turn going behind Gonzo's.
well, that's how it used to
Right.
be.
For some
And
reason,
they
they
changed it.
But now that it has the light to,
And then
now that it has the traffic control device,
right,
you should reinstate the
Yeah,
left turn
and
here.
then they should
And
just
it's bus
make that,
only.
yes, that makes more sense.
Hazel the historian. Hazel the historian. When did they start to put the buses under the tracks? I remember
When?
30, 40 years ago, I don't think. it was
Yeah.
something to the track, right?
It's been there
Hoopers was there.
Since-
Hoopers was in business.
since I've lived here almost 40 years and that bus has always gone under the train.
Well, I don't know. I'm gonna look that up in the history.
All right, you can
And
look it up.
this building
The
used to be
39,
Hoopers.
Yeah.
39 is a, 39 was created from a different bus, Hazel, this started. 39 was not a 39, it was something, it was a 28, and somehow.
No, 28.
28 is on
Gun
Gun
Hill.
Nope, that was 28. I remember these things. 30, 40 years ago, it was a 28 that went up Tremont Avenue. Okay, I'm gonna talk to my NYCT person.
Okay.
Okay, good. So given all that, is everybody in agreement that we should just put in the turn signal and hope for the best?
No, I think Debbie's idea is better.
But the
So-
bus is only.
The challenge, I
But-
think,
but
with
the-
that is because of the way that they've got the pedestrian signal there,
Yeah.
that
All right.
you have the pedestrian signal on the north side, so crossing from Pelham Parkway North over essentially to the convenience store. If you had a left turn going the other way, you'd have to have a scramble intersection where no traffic was going and only pedestrians were going. So if you have the left turns,
Well,
have
she
their
said
lane.
that's just fine.
I mean, I got no problem with it, but that would be it would slow things down more.
Yeah, we don't want that.
But
I'm
you're,
fine.
it's already slowing, waiting for the pedestrian to go. And you got the light and then you're getting frustrated. You might as well just give the pedestrian the go and not,
For now, you don't have to wait, because you only got the one left turn and the pedestrians only cross on the north side the same way that the traffic is going, so there's no conflict. If you had left turns going the other way, then you'd have to do the scramble intersection to stop the north and south traffic as well as the left turn traffic. Which
Alright,
again,
so-
I'd be fine with, but other people might not be, people who want to get places fast.
Yeah, we don't want to slow anything down. We want to actually make it smoother.
Okay, so what's the
So-
con of making it just for buses? So the cars will have to go to Pelham Parkway? What is
No.
the reason not to just make it for buses, that left turn? Tell me your reason.
Because cars have to make that left turn.
Let's go to Pelham Parkway.
You've only got,
Yeah, but-
I think because you've only got the two lanes and they're both travel lanes coming down to there. If you separate out the people wanting to turn left from there, people up there can turn left and then they don't get as angry and
Yeah,
aggressive.
Okay.
it's easier to get on.
Hazel, I don't fully remember, but if you were coming east on Thwaites back here, were you able to go straight into that
Yeah,
street?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Even when it was only buses.
yeah,
But it was an only left bus.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
All right, so let's put the
Okay.
turn signal.
Okay, so the motion on the table is to install a turn signal from Boston Road going southbound into Waits Place.
I would say Thwaites Place / White Plains Road,
Way Place /
because it's a
Very
little,
confusing.
it's
Okay, fine.
confusing.
Okay, fine, into Waits Place / White Plains Road. Do we have a second to this motion?
Do you want to,
Second,
do you want to see if anybody in the gallery wants to comment before making the motion?
This one? Okay,
I
Yeah.
forgot to mention it for the last one too.
gallery comments. I don't think there's only Michael Case out there. Michael Case, are you there?
Yes, but I have no comment. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so do we have a second on the motion? now?
Ryan second.
Ryan, second. Any objection? Any abstentions? Discussion, motion passed. Good luck to the turn signal. Okay, good. Now we're gonna go backwards a little bit, and we're gonna go to number 5, and we're gonna talk about the gallery session. Those registered will be called upon first. Do we have anybody
Not
ready?
really registered.
No. Mr. Case, would you have anything to say today?
No, thank you.
No? Okay, you're good. Anybody else there in a gallery session? I don't see any other names. Going once, going twice. Oh, beautiful. Next, do we have any old business from anybody here at the table or in the audience?
Just the other one. more thing
Yeah,
I brought up
okay.
that-
Going once, going twice, sold.
Okay, wait.
Oh,
Do you
wait.
want me to put the Kruger Holland thing as new business?
I didn't put it as new business, I guess.
Okay,
I know it was brought up before, but
It was good.
well, we can discuss it
Yeah.
further.
Here for 2020.
Okay.
yeah.
Anybody have any new business that they would like to discuss? Yes, sir, Ryan.
Number one, just complaining. No one here or anywhere else, it seems like, can do anything about it, but the bike lanes on White Plains Road are poorly managed, like our friend from, was it District 12 warned us about?
Yeah, because it's a hot mess over in CB12, and
Yeah.
we knew it was gonna be a hot mess here, so.
Yep, but bring it up. There are businesses that are parking in the lane every single day. USPS is doing it. They were responsive when I called them. But the 4-9 is not able to get there fast enough. Their average response time is over 4 hours, so it's, you got a long time to park for free if you want.
Well, it's not priority, unfortunately.
So just to complain,
Okay.
but the thing that I do want to put on under new business, I don't know how much anyone knows about the Bronx River Parkway Bridge reconstruction, but that's going on.
Well, it's not necessarily new business, that's.
Oh, I haven't heard it brought up here.
They had a whole presentation.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're getting a whole new designated lane
Mhm.
for, I don't want to say 180 because that's not the number of the exit, but that exit, southbound is getting its own designated lane.
Oh, the one by 95,
No, the one,
174.
yeah, 174.
Yeah.
Yeah, 174, it's getting its own Jersey barriered lane.
That's good. That's gonna make some people mad. They gotta
Yes.
wait now.
Yeah, there was a whole presentation
Oh,
done by state DOT.
okay. I was looking for that. Yeah. So, it would be nice. It would be good to. Those bridges are in rough shape. So.
Mhm.
Okay. Any other new business to be discussed besides congestion pricing? Don't go into New York City and have a lot of money in your wallet. It's gonna be defeated, Ryan? I think it's gonna be defeated. Don't bring a whole bunch of lawsuits.
Yeah, I mean, they got friendly federal administration, and they need cooperation from them to
Oh.
defeat it. So.
Most of all, President Trump.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He
And it's-
doesn't like it, so.
And it's gonna hurt the businesses within the zones, so
Right.
I feel bad for those guys.
Okay.
About
Well, stop.
59% of the population in New York don't like it.
Yeah. I'm stopping at 61st Street every time. You won't see me under 60. Okay, I make a motion to adjourn. Do we have
I
a
second.
Second. Thank you, everybody, for coming. And again, we welcome our new member, Lisa. Have yourself a great evening.
They're saying New Jersey planning to put a bunch of lawsuits in
Did I
about
put it?